Hello and welcome. Today we are talking about English history, more specifically the War of the Roses, a 32-year conflict that decided who would rule England, the House of Lancaster or the House of York. Today we are talking about the seeds of the conflict, the context, the history before the war. So we're going to go through everything right up to the war all the way to 1066 when William the Conqueror took over England. We're going from 1066 all the way right before the War of the Roses started. So let's go to 1066. 1066, William the Conqueror took over England, defeated Harold Godwinson at the Battle of Hastings. So that's what happened. He became King of England. He became King of England, as I said already. So now let's skip around over 100 years later to King John. King John signs the Magna Carta, even though he doesn't want to. One of the first limit on royal power in history. One of the first limits in human history. While he has a lot of power, he doesn't have absolute power anymore, like kings in France, who would have absolute power. Now we're going to focus on Edward I, Edward II, and Edward III, the key kings to understand the conflict of the War of the Roses. Edward I, the English Justinian, created basically modern English law. No, he didn't create that. He used he created like the first ever like parliament, like the actual parliament that actually can kind of do stuff. He asked the lords, hey, and barons and stuff like that, like, what would you like to do? They talk sometimes. So that's what was happening. His reign was fairly stable. He actually was on crusade when his father died, so he had to go back from crusades all the way back to England to be crowned. So he was the hammer of the Scots. He tried to take over Scotland and failed. We won't be talking about that in this video, but he did take over Wales. Military genius. Now let's talk about his son, Edward II. Edward II was one of the worst kings in this era. So, he ruled for 19 years, almost 20, and he gave out positions to his friends and liked to party a lot, so he wasn't a good king. So they overthrew him and placed Edward III on the throne. Edward III is who we're talking about in this video. Edward III ruled for 50 years. 50. So, that's a long time. He took over half of France, started the 100 Years' War. But here's the problem. He had many children. Millions of people are descended from Edward III today. Probably someone watching this video is descended from Edward III. So, that's the problem. Here is why that's a problem. Everyone has royal blood. Basically, everyone in the courts has courts. Kind of like, like when you have a king, you have a court. So you have different positions. Everyone there has at least a little bit of royal blood. A little bit of royal blood means that you can claim the throne. So now everyone sort of has a claim to the throne. All you need is one weak leader, few weak leaders, and everything might collapse. So that is a bad thing. And now you see That is exactly what happened. His successor died in 1376, Edward the Black Prince. So, the Black Prince's son, Richard II, became King of England at the age of 10. So, a 10-year-old being King of England, that happened. And as you know, with young rulers, they, especially in medieval history, everyone's pretending to kind of like them so they can ask for things, so they can do them, because children are gullible, as you know. Most children are. So, he ruled for 22 years. He had a major peasant revolt. He did not like the nobility. He died under mysterious circumstances and was not the best king. So now let's go to Henry VI. So Henry VI is one of the worst rulers in English history. He became King of England at 8 months old. He had severe mental issues, which caused problems later on as the chaos in the courts happened. He couldn't really do anything about it. So he was deposed, but then he became King of England again for around a year. And then he was killed. So that's what happened. So that is a rough overview. I'm sorry if I probably got a lot of things wrong. Put everything I got wrong in the comments. If you watch the full video, just list it out. Give me any sources if you have any. No, give me any sources if you have any, so I can do better next time. And don't forget to like and subscribe.